You know, in today's fast-paced digital world, businesses can no longer rely on outdated static websites that offer little more value to them than an online business card does. Traditional websites may look pretty, but they lack the critical functions that drive real value for business owners. These relics of the past are ineffective at capturing leads, converting visitors into paying clients, and nurturing customer relationships. It's time to recognize the limitations of these old school websites and stop building them. Embrace this new opportunity that I call smart websites. They're simple, monetized, active, responsive, and timely. So watch me as I build one of these smart sites, and don't ever again settle for making your clients a website that just takes up space on the internet. It's of zero value to them at the end of the day. Upgrade your game and build your clients a smart website and transform their online presence into a powerful revenue generating machine. All right, so one of the smartest things you can do as a web designer is start off with a template. You can certainly begin building websites by starting from scratch, but why would you, right? There are so many templates that are available to us for all kinds of companies that we can go in and update those templates and just save us literally hundreds of hours of time. So on the builder that I'm using here, I'm going to click to build this new website, and you can see I'll call this my awesome new website. And I have the ability to choose from templates, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and click continue, and there's probably 1,000 different templates in here. And you can see they're sortable. You can share them. You can save them. They're categorized. So if you're in the automotive business, beauty and fashion, business coaching and consulting, creative, e-commerce, stores even, financial, health, wellness, holidays, home services, insurance, and show more. There's even more. Marketing agencies, medical sites, other real estate, restaurant and bar, travel and hospitality. I mean, really, this is the way to start building websites so that you can deliver quickly for your client, right? You don't have this 4 to 6 week delivery time anymore. Of course, in case you're building something custom, that's an entirely different story. But here, let's say we're going to choose health and wellness. So we'll click here, and now we've got all kinds of trades here: gym services, yoga, holistic wellness, fitness and sports, wellness, spas. We're going to go ahead and let's find one here that I like. We can even load more. We can look at these little thumbnails to kind of check them out. And then while you're deciding, you can see here, you can mouse over and click on this eyeball. And you'll see that this is the jumping off point for the site. All right. A lot of the times you'll see these things here, they're kind of crunched up so they look wonky. And this is on 2 lines. But when you click to continue and it uploads this into the builder, you'll see that it spans things out. So this is not necessarily exactly what you're going to get. I like to look at a bunch of different sites before I choose. And so I'll look at this one. This is kind of interesting. Looks like it might be a good site for a personal trainer. And rather than click continue or the box here, click on back, and then it brings you back to this window as opposed to dump you out of this whole process. Hot little tip there. So I can look at holistic, wellness spa. Let's check this one out. This has a calendar associated to it since it says schedule appointment, massage therapy. This is pretty cool. So just look at how quick you can jump into building this and just start off with a template that's almost completed for you, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to go back, and I'm going to choose this one here. Okay, so this looks pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. I want to load this. You can read about this. If you're in the med spa business aiming to boost brand visibility online, this template is your solution. And it tells you everything that's included in this template, which is super cool. I'm going to click continue. Now you'll see it's adding this template, fetching typography styles. It's bringing in colors, fonts, everything that you need for a beautiful looking website. And then it immediately uploads this really cool builder. If you're curious at all, I am building this on the Go High Level platform, and I suggest you do as well. It gives us everything that we need to not only build a dynamic, beautiful looking professional website, but it gives us all the tools that allows us to make these smart as opposed to these static, boring, do nothing, humdrum websites that website owners typically think they look cool and they'll go, oh, look it, go to my website. Yeah, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Yeah, but does it bring in customers on a reliable basis? Is it making you more money? Is it giving you more free time? No, no, no. You know what? You need to be building on this platform and associating all of the assets that you can to your clients' websites, as you'll see in this video. They are many. All right, so I love to customize these themes, these templates, if you will, because they're a little bit still boring, in my opinion. There's a lot that can be done here. A logo in the middle, that's great. A phone number, a menu here, welcome to location name. This is pretty good. In fact, it's better than most websites right out of the gate that you see out there in the wild. However, we're going to end up putting a chat widget onto this thing down at the bottom right corner. We're going to build a smart form so that when somebody fills out that form on the website, it immediately responds to the visitor and begins nurturing them in case they don't take the desired action, like booking an appointment or something. We're going to add a booking appointment calendar to it. I'm just going to go back up to here, and I've made a couple of modifications. I'm going to go to them, but then I'll show you exactly how I created them. Okay, so here are several of the modifications I've made. I think that navigation menus set a first impression for a website right out of the gate. When somebody shows up to the site and they see a cool navigation menu, they go, all right, this looks professional. So what I've done here is I've put a logo in the center here. You saw that was per our example, kind of like this. But I want that logo to break out of the space that is this background white, right? So if I put a logo in like I did here, I can't just increase the size of that logo and expect it to break out of that white space. What it's going to do, and you'll see here, I've got the ability to increase this logo size. I'm just going to start blasting it here. I won't even use this. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to say, let's go to 652. You see how it just keeps making this white space bit larger and larger and larger, right? So what we want to do is we want to be able to accomplish that, and here's how we do it. We actually put another section in below this one, and we put the logo in it, and then we give it negative values. And once you put in all these negative values, which I did for this image here, I'll show you exactly what I mean, it's hard to get into that element. So fortunately, Go High Level gives us this little bug over here for layers. I'm going to click on that and I'll go to this section. Now you see how it highlighted that section. In that section is a 4-column row, which is the one we see here. And then there's the lower one, which we have a column, which is our image right here. And now we have control of that image. You see what I did is we have a 4-column row right here. I cloned that and put it down here, but then I only put an image in it and I made this value here. It's top padding negative. So you see here it is in its regular state. I'll show you that. Okay, so here's the 4-column. Here's the 4-column. I'm going to come in here and you'll see that when I drag this to negative, this is how we control the padding. I'm going to drag it all the way and it doesn't quite get there, right? But I'm able to put in my own values. And so I'll put in 150 and hit tab, and it goes a little bit too high there. So I can just kind of play with this value until I get that logo to kick exactly where I want it to go. And this is how you can put a logo onto a nav menu and have it break out of the element that it looks like it's being held in. So this is a really, really cool design. Another little trick that we've done here, let's go back to the top 4-column row, go to the first column. This here is a nav menu, This here is a nav menu. They're two different nav menus. So if I come back here, I'm going to click on the navigation menu, which is here. And then you'll see that over here on the right, as I click on these sections, the ability to edit everything, if you haven't already noticed, is over here on the right. So this is going to be our about and our team nav items. And if I click on this little pencil, it will direct where it's going to go to. So it's going to go to a website URL. Here it's just anchor text. And then same for team. We can have that go to its own separate anchor text. We'll turn that into team. But this is not a working navigation menu. So this is just to show you the different options. So that's one nav menu. This is another nav menu that if I clicked on that, I would only see testimonials and contact in this one as opposed to team and about. And then this one here, I just put in a social element. Let me go back to that column. I'll go back to the second, third. Here's the fourth column. It's social icons. So here, I choose the different social icons that I want. I can add a social. Let's say I'm going to add, I'll say X, and then I'll just put in the URL, and then I can add it. And now you'll see that there will be an X there. I'd have to make more space for that. I only have 3 and it fits nicely. So I'll just delete that X. And then you'll see that you obviously put in the actual Facebook properties location here, which is great. And you can tell it to go to a new window or a current window. I always make social properties, and you should too. Go to new windows. You can put a no follow link on there if you wish. So that is one style of navigation menu that's really, really cool. Here's an entirely another one, similar to this one, where you have the logo in between a split navigation menus and social properties that are showing up in different styles. And then this is the one I showed you before, and I really blew up that logo. I can reduce that logo further, which probably makes sense, just to look a little bit better. Let's see, 455, let's go to 355. It's still quite large, 255, there we go. That's a little bit better. So that's another type of navigation menu that we can create. You can see this is a nav menu and a nav menu. And again, let's just go ahead and delete this. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. And I'll even delete this. I'm going to show you how this is made entirely. So that was, I believe that was 4 sections, right? So I created a section, actually 4 columns. I'm going to say 4 columns, and I'm going to add an element. This is where we work on the elements. This is where we add the elements. So I'll just say we're going to put in a nav, and since I don't want to mouse through this, I'll just type in nav, and there it is. Nav menu, and it put it in. Now these nav menus are a little bit interesting because this is meant to be a single nav element, right? Where it's got everything in it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to tell it that I don't want the logo in the menu. So now you'll see that image just went away. And I'm going to tell it in advanced that I don't want, let's see, I don't want, maybe it's not advanced, back to general. It is somewhere here. Let's see, where is it? Logo and menu, image actions. I want the business name not in the menu bar. And I think I was right. It's in advanced. I just blew by it, I believe. So here we go. Let's look. Here we go. Headline in menu. I'm going to turn that off. And now you'll see it's only a navigation menu. So let's say it's going to be home, about, and contact, but it's sitting way over here to the left. So we're going to come to advanced, and we're going to come down to header layout. It says default. We're going to put reverse. And you see how that just kicked it over there? That's really, really cool. And now we're going to want to add our logo. So let's just come up here and put an image. Imager. We're going to click image, and now when we click on this, it's going to ask us where is that image located. I'm going to click here, and we can choose new upload. If we do, we just say upload file, and we'll go to our desktop to grab a logo file, or we can use anything that we've already uploaded here. which I will go ahead and do. Use this one here. And I could probably choose a better logo based on the color of the background here. But now I'm going to go here and I'm going to add, I could add another nav element, but you see the time it took me to have to build this? Instead, I can just clone this one, and now I'll drag that to here. Okay, now for this one, I want that left centered, so I'm going to come back to advanced, and I'm going to tell it that I want that to be default. And there you go, it just kicked it over there. I'll give this a little bit more space. And then here, I want to throw in my social icons. So I think I can just say SOC, social icons. And there they are, a bunch of them. I don't need that many, but if I did, I just have to make all these really small, like let's go like 10 by 10. Then they start to fit, but that's a lot of social icons for this small space. I'll get rid of a couple of these. Let's do this. And then we can make those icon sizes larger. Okay. And let's go like this. Let's go make these back to 30 and 30. And you can see they're not fitting in there very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click where this green sets up, and I'm going to choose that. And you can see I have 60 pixels padding all the way around. I'm going to turn that to 10 and this side to 10. I don't need all that padding. And that's going to give me some space. Then I'm going to go to the blue column element, and it says auto. I'm just going to turn that to 0 on the left and 0 on the right. And that will help out as well. But then these as well, these inside elements, I'm going to click on, and I want to have, I'll just say 0 space here. There you go, that did it. And I'll say 0 space here just to make it even. And that solved our spacing problem, right? Now you'll see this is kind of weird, the white in the background. So you can change this background to any color that you want. Right now, whoops. Right now you can see it's white, but I could make it this blue color. So now it blends in and you wouldn't see it at all, like that, background colors. Or you can do what I did here. I left it as white, okay? And then this one is white. And then I came to this here, and I'm gonna make this background color white. So now you see that kind of blows everything up, but I can turn this to 0 padding, this to 0 padding, and that's pretty much what I did with these above, right? So you can see you can make some really, really cool navigation menus. I know I'm spending a lot of time on nav menus. I think they're important. Here's another one that just has a single navigation menu instead of having it split by the logo, and then social icons. And then this is a fairly custom one, which I really love. You see this on a lot of home service websites. Here's the logo, and then you can put in what we call these custom values, so that when you upload this site to your client's account, it will automatically put their location phone in there, their location's email, and their location's full address. So you don't have to type any of that stuff out. And then what's really great is that you can save this section as a global asset. I'll show you how we do that. Let's find that section. I think it's right, let's see, for column row, it's higher up. Yep, it's this one right here. So here we can click on, the reason why these, I'm not just clicking them to get them, is that you can see I've turned all of their margins and paddings to 0. So it makes them hard to select. You want to use, once you do that, which I recommend you do, you'll want to come in here to layers and find them through this navigation section. I know Elementor does this as well. So here we can click on Save Section, and we can call this the 4-column website header or navigation menu. And we can click on to make it a template. And if we make it a template, then if we edit it, but we used it on another page, it will not update that heading navigation bar on that new page. But if we save it as a global section any place where we put this on other pages, we can edit it even there, and it'll update it across any place that it appears. So it's a huge time saver. I always, once I find a heading menu that I love, I'll save it as a global, and I'll do the same thing when I create footers as well. And so I would just do this. I would have your call us, email us, meet us elements as they are, and then build a nav menu underneath it. And I would use this as your global header. Isn't that cool? All right, so then there's also this location name. This is going to be the name of your client's account, or typically their business name. So you'll see if I go to take a look at this, it's going to say, welcome to Midas 365. That happens to be my Go High Level agency platform. And then I've got this really cool custom HTML JavaScript that this is what makes this site, along with these other items, really, really stand out, is this custom JavaScript. And I'll open that in the code editor. I will provide you with this code. Just ask in the comments below this video. And if you ask me for it, I'll give it to you, but you do have to ask. Just type in code, please, and I'll send it to you. I'll DM it to you, or otherwise get it to you. So this is the code, and it just types words, deletes them, types them, deletes them. Really cool effect. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. Oh, it says, oops, it says global section change. You made changes to global section, so of course I'm going to save that. And error while creating page. Well, I don't need to save it because I've done anything in here anyway. So let's go ahead and view this. I'm going to refresh it because it's given me a little bit of bounce that popped up over here to the left. But now let's just refresh this. And I'm going to click this eyeball here to show what these all look like, right? In real life, outside of the code editor. And here we go. You can see that blown up, enlarged logo. These are our other nav items. And then here it says, welcome to Midas 365. See how it just put that in? And then this is the text that's in the JavaScript. And you can type in anything that you want here. Welcome back to profitability. We bring businesses happy paying clients. What's the next one? Midas 365. Everything we touch turns to gold, which is true. You can add as many of these sayings, sentences that you want in here. You can alter the speed at which it types it out, as you see it's doing now. You can alter the speed at which it deletes it. So super, super cool functionality. Then a lot of this is just standard imagery. This all comes with the theme. Now, here's another thing. See this circular, this little like scallop here? That is not part of the theme. So that's another little tip and trick that I build for my websites. All I did was I added a section down below, made it full width, and then I added a row, which was one column, and then I added an image that I made in Canva. Let me type in image. And here's the image. I'm going to click on there, and then I'll come over here, click on this little window to navigate my uploads. And you can't see it, but it's here. It's called Smile Background. And I just created a rectangular image, cut out, drew an oval on it, cut that out, and then saved it. So it's a rectangular with an oval cut out of it. I made it white, which is easy enough. And then I put it into here, and voila, it was done. So I'm just going to not replicate that, but that's how I put that in right there. And then this is all standard. I didn't touch any of this. This is all part of the theme. So it's cool because it's an image, and then headline, and another headline. And then these are also cool little items that I want to show you how I built. This is an image along with an icon or another image. You could use an icon, a subheadline, paragraph text, and a button. So what's really cool is that this sits up into that graphic, right? And you can see the way I did that is that it was, typically it just looked like this, right? There's an image, which I defined, and then another image, which I uploaded this image, but it looks a little boring. It doesn't give it any depth. So you know what I did. I came in here and I dragged this to give that some negative value and get that up into the image itself. And then what's really cool is I want to come in here, and then I've done that. I can customize this by changing this image out, and I can change out the bottom image for it as well. So here's a different picture. Then I can change out this image as well. Just come and choose a different icon. So you see this. And then these are the columns in this builder. Watch what happens if I delete this. It's going to turn it into a 4-column, and it automatically resizes everything. I mean, this is like so friggin' cool. And the way that I got these built, by the way, is I built one. I built a single. Let me get this right here. And now get this right here. I came in here. I built one of them, and then I simply came here to clone. Right? Sometimes it's temperamental when you're trying to mouse over it. Watch this. I go clone. Oh, now it's 2 columns. I can do it again. Now it's 3. So look how cool it is. That is so simple to add columns that are pre-formatted. And like I showed, all you got to do is come in here and change the image. Boom, boom. Double click that. Change this image. It maintains all of your settings, right? So you don't have to change any of the padding values. And then this is a button that I added, and that's really super easy. You'll see all of the assets that you need are on the sidebar, everything that you could possibly need here. So button, and I just changed it. I came in here and I changed the background color for the button to be this blue. And then the trick here is, how do you get these rounded corners? Well, the way to do that is you've got to come in here and you actually tell it that you want a full border, and it's going to put a full border like green. I'm going to tell it to make it opaque. Here's a totally transparent selection. So now it's got a transparent border background. And now that we've told them that to put a border around it, we don't want to see it, we made it transparent. Now we can add our radiuses because we told it that it needs a border. So that's 20. Let's go to 25. I think this other one probably has something like 50, like that. That's even more. This one probably had 25. And then the way we did this is we came down and we took the padding away from it on the button here. Made these 15s to 0, and you can see it allowed us to squash it there. So we did that. And then of course, these buttons, you can tell where to go. These are going to open a pop-up, but you could tell it to open a website URL. You could tell it to show elements, hide elements, scroll to elements, go to a page, call somebody, send a text. Super, super powerful stuff, right? This is part of what makes this website builder so brilliant, so smart. And then here's another one. Let's say you have a design where you want to do a step 1, step 2, step 3. Hey, here's all you need to do to get signed up. Step 1, get a quick quote. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do that. Well, I created this. This is just a headline, and I put in the text, made it bold, and then you see I went up and I dragged the value here, 45, to be a negative value, so that I could, it was like this, right? Or that, let's see, something like this. And I just drag this until it gets kind of interesting. There's 50, that's a little bit much, maybe 48, I don't know. That looks cool. And then I can put in my headline, and of course here's color options, bold text color. I can do everything I want. The text here, so this would be just informative, right? And then I want step 2, step 3. So what's the easy way that I showed you how to do it already? Let's come in here and delete these. I'm just gonna go click on this right here, clone, and do it one more time, clone. And now I just have to come in here and go step 2, step 3, How cool is that? And just change the headline and change the quick quote. Very, very cool. Again, all of this is standard. So much that you don't have to build. You're our team. You can add, you can subtract to the team members. Testimonials, this is kind of cool. I like the head and the name and the definition of the individual to be above the quote. So you see these little arrows here. I'm just going to kick that up there. And then her name, I'm going to kick up there. Regular patient, I would change that text, of course. You see this is a little tight, so I'll click on this and then I'll just give it some space here. That's pretty cool. And then all of these images already exist in names, so I just do this again. I would come in here and clone that, and then we could drag this image to here, delete this one, and interesting that these are all Betty Wade's. But now I can delete this one, and I'll clone this one, and then, boy, Betty sure changes her look. Whoops, I grabbed the image as opposed to these little arrows. Grab that, get rid of Betty so that Betty can be seen. And then I'm going to delete this one. And now there's our 3 testimonials. Super, super cool, right? Then you've got your FAQs. They're all pre-built. You've got a map, which is great. So for the map on the location, you can just come in here and say, open search box. So you can put in any address that you want here. 123, let's see if it works for 123 Main Street in Brooklyn, let's say Edison, New Jersey. There you go. And say yes, save. And then it puts it in there, and you have the ability to zoom in or zoom out from what it shows here. Isn't that awesome? I can even zoom in if I want to show tighter to the hood. And then you can save that. Really, really cool, right? So this is the editor, and these are some cool techniques for how to build just beautiful sites. We're not quite into the smart aspect of it yet, but this allows us to check the first box, and that is a beautiful, professional looking website that your client's going to love upon first glance. They're going to look at it and go, this is awesome. Oh, and by the way, Go High Level has also added organically now all kinds of different animations. So I can click on this headline and you'll see here it says animations. I can have it fade in. I can have it fade up, down, left. That's kind of cool. I'll save that. And you can have, that's a global section, so it's going to do that for all the sections. Watch this image. I'm going to apply it to that too, just so you can see it. We'll have it fade right, and it'll come in from that side. Look more natural to come in from the left. And this body contouring, I'm going to have it come in from the right. And so let's just save this. And once it's done saving, we typically will publish once we have this connected to a domain, but I'm going to click on the eyeball to view it. And you'll see we've got our JavaScript. Now watch what happens when we scroll. You see that little animations, those come in? See that animation? Isn't that cool? So you can see how we build these awesome looking sites that have complete functionality. And now the next step is we're going to come in and we're going to add the smart elements to it. All right, so the next thing that we can do to make these websites even better than they already are is to include a calendar booking system, right? Like Calendly, but calendars are built into the Go High Level platform, so you don't have to pay for third-party service like you would with Calendly or other builders. So you can see we have a functionality here to book an appointment, or we can have a specific micro needling book an appointment ability here, but we don't have a calendar built yet. So I want to show you how to do that in the back end of High Level. I'll come in through here. I'm going to click back to get out of our website builder. And then you're going to see this sidebar. This platform is so powerful. There's so many things you can do aside from the 3 smart tactics that I'm going to show you today. But we're going to go to calendars here, and then calendar settings, and we're going to click on create calendar. This is just going to be a service calendar, but you can build a simple calendar, which is physical events, meetings, round robin. If you had a team of people and you wanted to rotate who gets the next appointment, you can build a round robin calendar. There's a class booking for meeting with a single person on a team. And then there's a collective booking where you can have multiple salespeople on a booking. But we're just going to choose service calendar here for now. And we'll give this a service name. Let's call this I'll just call this general appointment. And we'll select a staff member. I'm just going to say it's me here. And then we'll type in, just say my appointment calendar, and I'll select that. We're going to say how long is the meeting. We can make it in minutes or hours. We'll typically, realistically, probably say 1 hour. And you can show the booking availability. If you're open on the weekends, you'd want to select Saturday and Sunday. I'll leave this as Monday through Friday. Let's make it 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you wanted to, you can accept payments. This can be connected to a Stripe account or PayPal account. So you could charge them up front for the appointment if you wanted to. And I'm going to click on confirm. And then we get this window here that shows our general appointment information. And we have the scheduling link and a permanent link. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this scheduling link. And then I'll close this window out. And now I'm going to go back to my web page and connect this calendar to the proper website. So here's our list of pages. I'm going to go to the services page and click on edit. And then you'll see here it's got our location name, everything here. It says book an appointment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, and then down here at the bottom it's going to say open pop-up. No, I want to go to a website URL, which is going to be the link that I grabbed there. Okay, so I'm going to grab that, and I'm not going to open a new tab, and I'll save it. And then I'm also going to continue to do that wherever it says here, book an appointment. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to say website URL, pop that in, and I'd do it for all of these, okay? But for now, I'll just click save. So I've hyperlinked the calendar to both of these. I see this as 2 hours. I would have made my calendar 2 hours, but I'll just say, hey, we can solve that. It's now a 1 hour appointment. Okay, so we'll let that save. Then I'm gonna go back out of here, and we also have a booking page. So I'll come in here to click on edit. Now this is a little bit different format. So here it says book your appointment. It's got all this text, which we'd customize, of course. And then here it shows that booking appointment where you can choose from the calendar, which I've already done. And now it'll show the full calendar there. So that's really neat. All right, we'll let that save. We'll go back. All these pages, by the way, are already hyperlinked to each other, which is really neat. Let's go to this services page. I'm going to click this little preview link icon to come here. You'll see now when I click on book an appointment, it's going to take us directly to that calendar, which is great. Same, it'll do it here. And then if we come back here, you'll see that on the booking page, we'll just go directly to that page. You'll see that the calendar is actually fully embedded there on that page. So that is awesome. Now, what's really special about this is when somebody comes in here and they say, okay, well, for Friday, I want a 9:15 a.m. appointment. They click select, and they're going to fill in the information here. First name, last name, phone, email, any additional information. I had shown that I wanted payment information for this appointment, so they put their credit card information in here. When they click on schedule meeting, it doesn't just log it into a logbook. Well, it does, but it also now has the ability on the back of this platform to start sending not only a confirmation email to you, the website owner, but to the person that just made the booking, the visitor. And then we can also set up automations that will 24 hours before the appointment send them a reminder, and then maybe 1 hour before the appointment, send it again. And we can send those reminders by email and SMS text messaging, and it'll also give them the ability to reschedule if they want. So this is a full interactive system that is now connected to what would have otherwise just been a website, perhaps with a Calendly calendar, where you just get notified of the appointment as the business owner, and so does the appointment maker, but there's no reminders and there's no nurturing on the back end. So this is a real game changer. So let's go in and see how exactly would I set that up. How do I set up an automation to make sure that those touches are made? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the builder, and we're going to go to automation, and we're going to create a workflow, and we can select a recipe here. So you'll see there's all kinds of recipes. There's Instagram comment automation. If somebody comments on an Instagram post, we can respond to them. There are email drip sequences. If somebody responds to a Facebook post or comments, we can do a workflow. There's just all kinds of wonderful recipes that are pre-built, but we're going to do this one here: recipe, appointment confirmation plus reminder. So we'll select that, and allow it to load, and you'll see this thing is all set up for us. I mean, it couldn't be easier than this. This is just so cool. So now we're going to say, what is the trigger? Well, when somebody has an appointment or creates an appointment, the event type is normal, status type is confirmed, we're going to want to add a filter here and say is in calendar, and we're going to put that in the calendar for our calendar that is named general appointment. So anytime somebody books in that general appointment calendar, this process is going to fire off. Well, the first thing we want to do, send them a confirmation email, and this is going to happen immediately. So the from name and the from email are pre-configured, and we can say, here's your appointment confirmation, and it's going to say, hi, contact first name, your appointment has been booked for. So this is a totally smart system. It knows when they entered their name in the form, it's going to repeat it here. It's going to get their appointment start date and plug it in here, the time that they chose and plug it in here, and of course their time zone. We could get rid of that because if you are only local business, time zone doesn't need to be in there. Let us know if you have any questions in the meantime. When it's time, please use this Zoom meeting ID. So you can also connect the back end of this to your Zoom account, and it will automatically create a Zoom link if the appointment is set up to be Zoom. But if it's set up to be physical, then of course you would just get rid of this entirely right here and do it like this. And then of course you can add it to your calendar. I'll go ahead and save that action. So immediately after they book, they'll get a confirmation email. And then here, 24 hours before the appointment, 1 day before the appointment, they're going to receive 24 reminder email. And it says right here, that's the action name. It says, your meeting is in 24 hours. Hi, first name, contact first name. Just a friendly reminder that appointment is in 24 hours. When it's time, please use this Zoom link ID. You could just say, looking forward to seeing you there, right? Looking forward to seeing you there. Like that. And then I'll say location name. So I'll save that. And that's a 24-hour reminder email. And then here they do the same thing. We do the same thing. 1 hour before the appointment, we're going to send a reminder email just saying, hey, your reminder is here. And then we can also, once you purchase an SMS number, which is like $1.15 a month, we have the ability to SMS text message as well. So email open rates they hover around 13% on the high side. Reminder SMSs, I should just say SMSs in general, about 98%. 100% delivery, 98% open. So we can remind them by SMS message as well. And then here we even tell them 5 minutes before, hey, reminder, reminder, reminder. So this is really cool. So what we're going to want to do to make this live, we're going to click publish, and then we're going to click save. So that is wonderful. Okay, so that's the way that works. And then if we wanted to, after we could come in here and say delay, we could wait a day, right? And we could say wait 1 minute, hour, or day. Let's say wait 1 day, and I like to define this here. Wait 1 day, and we'll click save action. So now they're going to send, this would have been the end of our contact with them, but we want to put them into a nurture series now, right? So what I do is I say wait 1 day, and then, or maybe we're going to say, you know, wait for, I don't know, 30 days. Because, or 15 days, or whatever you think it would be before you want them to come in for another treatment. Depends on your business, obviously. So I'm just going to save that action. Oops, I want to update. If I'm going to wait 15 here, I want it to say wait 15 days here, just so that I can visibly see it on the back side. You'll see what I mean here. So, oops, see, it didn't save it. Wait 15 days, let's say we're going to do here. I need to save the action. Okay, so it says wait 15 days. And now I want to send them another email. So now I'm going to start nurturing them. And I'm going to send them an email. And I come down to the message subjects and I'm going to say, hey, and I want first name, right? So I'm going to go here to custom values. And I'm going contact, full name, first name. I'll just say, hey, Cindy, comma, it's time to come back and get your follow-up, whatever it is, follow-up appointment, right? So you can put in anything you want here and just do reminders. You can, you know, just provide value to them. And then we're going to save action. Oh, it says well, we didn't put in subject cannot be empty, so I'll just say test email. So I'll save that action. So now in 15 days, we're going to send them another email. And you can see how we could build this out. I can do another delay, and I can say, wait 1 more day. And then let's send them another email, right? We can send them an email. We can send them also, I'll just say test email 2 so that it will save it. And then at the same time, we can say, let's send them an SMS message too. Let's text them. Texts are so much better. And this is going to be your test SMS, right? So we can build these things out and we can just do it in infinity. What I like to do is I'll build maybe a 30-day email sequence and I'll put links to pages or wherever, whatever I want to do with them, wherever I want to take them. I'll build it out in these emails and SMS messages and save it. And now I have a full-on nurture sequence after they have an appointment, a successful appointment with us. There's so much you can do here, but that's just one thing of making this smart. We put a booking calendar on there with an automation and reminder. The next thing we want to do is put a contact form onto our website. So we're going to go to Sites and Forms and go to Form Builder. Now, a lot of these are already built for us. We can say add form and we can choose from a template. So again, you can see where this is so wonderful, beauty and fashion, since that's what we're looking in. We have all these forms that are pre-built. And of course, these images can be customized. Just really, really neat stuff. If we go into creative, you'll see there's other ones, automotive. There's some vehicle maintenance services. For whatever industry you're in, there's a really cool email template. I'll go with the beauty and fashion. And let's just say we're going to go with, I don't know, I'll go with something simple like this. Let's see what they're asking for. First name and email. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and choose that. That's going to add it to my templates of forms, and it'll load it and put it in here. And so that's going to be my contact form. Now, typically, I like to also get the SMS number if I don't have it already. Now, this is going to go on the website, so understand that they haven't booked an appointment. They might just want to say, hey, They might have sent us a message, let's say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, in this, you can see everything that you can add here. Check boxes, radio, check single lines, multi-lines. I want to add an SMS phone collection here, phone. So I'm going to put that there, phone. And now you'll see as soon as you ask for a phone number, this is by law, consenting to receive SMS notifications. So you'll want to modify that and add your privacy policy. And this is pretty good. I'll just go ahead and click save for that. And now you can see there's an ability to integrate it. We can make it a pop-up, a sticky sidebar, a polite slide in. I'm going to use this as an inline, so I'll click here. I want to always show it. It'll always be activated, never deactivate. I'm going to copy the embed code and then click done. And now what I'll do, I'm already saved, I'm going to go back to my home page of my website. And now on the home page, I'm going to click to edit. And we'll let this builder load. I'm going to come down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see here it says contact us. I could leave this here, but I'm going to go ahead and just add this. I'm going to click to add, and then I'm going to say I want to add a form. There it is. And I can select the form now. There we go. And now you'll see we've got a form in there. So I'd mess with this to make it fit better and to make it, probably put, my logo in there or something. I'd make this more attractive, of course, but I'll go ahead and save that. And it's a global section, so it's going to save everywhere that this appears in the site. And now what I can do is I can go into back to my automation, and I want to create an automation for when they sign up on my contact form. So I'll go back. I'll go to automation. I'm going to click to create a workflow. I'm going to select from a recipe. I can always start from scratch, but I just want like a nurture series. So I'll come in here. Here's a recipe, drip email sequence, just to follow up with the prospect. I'm going to select that. It's so wonderful because these are all built out for us. We can build it from scratch, and I do a lot of that, but look at this thing. Look how complex this is right now. This is probably more than we want. Let me make this larger by clicking on this plus down here. But here you see it says add a new trigger. So I'm going to say the form was filled out. Send an email. This will wait for the email to be opened. It's conditional. Was it opened? If it was, then wait a day and send them another email. Then wait another day. Send them, if it was opened, yes, send them another one. If no, resend the email. How cool is this? I mean, imagine trying to build this out yourself. So I'm just going to click on add new trigger, and I'm going to say that a form was submitted, and I'm going to add the filter and say the form is, and that was our registration form. And then I'm going to save that trigger. So now whenever somebody fills out that form, they're going to be put through this nurture series that is just so amazing. They're going to get an email virtually once a day, and if they don't open it, they'll get that email again. I mean, this is communications on the next level, and this is what I'm talking about, making these websites smart. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that and save it. And now we've got this brilliant automation that is going to nurture our prospects, and we can come in here and of course customize all of these emails, and we can test the workflow too. I can come in here and just say, you know what, send this to Don Bassler. I think I'm in there. Yeah, there I am. Click there and click run test, and now it's going to start emailing me per this schedule. So before I would publish this thing, I could fill out all these emails, send it to myself, and then wait and witness exactly what happened and go, yep, that is impressive and it's perfect. So let's go ahead and publish it, save it, and now we've got this really cool, like, how long would it take us? I guess it'd take some time to come in here and update these emails, but we've got an email drip sequence pre-built. So that's another factor. Now we've got the booking calendar, We have a contact form that's going to trigger automations and nurture series. And now we're going to do a chat widget. And these chat widgets are really cool too. So we're going to go to sites. Up here, you'll see chat widget. And these are like all built for you. I mean, all this stuff is pre-built. There's so little that you have to do. So I'm going to go to the default chat widget. And here it is. Hi there, have a question for us? Text us here. And when you do, it's going to ask for your name, mobile, email, message, and send. So I'm just going to like do this. I'm going to say get the code. All right, I'm going to copy that code. Look, chat widget's done. How long did that take us? I mean, you can come in here and update what it says, have a question, that's right here. Enter your question below, rep will get right back to you promptly. You can customize that. You can customize whether you want agency branding on there. Now it's going to show my agency powered by Midas 365. Messaging, just everything in here, which language you want it to be, customer support. You can put your customer support phone number in there, but it's all built. Okay, so I grab the code, and now I'm going to just go to my homepage. I'm going to go back to sites, websites. I'm going to go back to the website that I'm building. And now I'm going to click on settings here. And I'll click on settings, and you'll see it told us to put that into the body tracking code. So I'm going to just paste that here. And then I'm going to click chat widget. I can also say default chat widget. So even if I didn't, I could have put that there. But I'm going to just, since I put the code in, I'll leave it. But I could have just done it here. And now I'm going to click save. And then I'll go back. And now I'm going to click to preview the site. And look at this. Voila. We got a chat widget going on in our site. How cool is that? So now when I fill this out, I can put them into a nurture series as well. So I'm going to come back into here. I'm going to go to automation. Look how easy this is. I'm going to create a new workflow from a recipe. And I'm just going to, well, I've got that drip sequence. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to come back to my other automation. So here, I can click here to go back. I'm going to go to the automation that I created. And here I am back at my email drip sequence. All right, so we're going to come back in here. We're going to click on add new trigger. And for the chat widget, this is going to be customer replied. All right, so customer replied. We're going to add the filter, and it's going to say contains phrase, doesn't have tag, exact match. We're going to say reply channel, and then we're going to select, and it's the chat widget. And we'll click on that save trigger. So now when they either fill out our form or they interact with our chat widget, they're going to get this first email and then put into the full nurture series. So, I mean, look, I just built about, I don't know, I'm guessing probably 5 hours of work, all in the time that it took me to shoot this quick sequence and of course populate these emails. But you talk about a time saver as a website builder and a value add for clients, because now their website has a booking calendar, it's got a chat widget, it's got a contact form, and they're all connected to these automations. So now this is a machine. Most websites, in fact, I would say the majority of websites that are out there today don't have this kind of smart integration. This is a game changer for your builds, for your clients. And I'm just going to tell you, if you like what you see here today, I urge you to comment below, to follow me, like this video, follow me here on YouTube. And if you want to get involved in the Go High Level world here, you can use my affiliate link below. When you do, I give you 2 hours of free Zooms every single week. I also set your agency account up for you for free. So I literally get on a Zoom with you. We do it together. You're going to get to know, like, and trust me quickly, because I'm an honest and fun guy to hang out with, if I do say so myself. And I look forward to reading your comments, answering your comments, helping you out, and showing you how you can really just catapult your business by building these smart websites. Thanks for hanging in there with me. God bless. We'll talk soon.